The sun is set on summer and winter's twilight is upon us, but that doesn't mean you can't have an amazing Colorado vacation. Sure, the time of year to hike up to a Colorado mountain peak may have come to an end. So why not take a chairlift instead? Winter sports are one of Colorado's biggest tourist draws. But northern Colorado tends to steal the spotlight. And there are several spots in southern Colorado that you should be aware of. Vail, Breckenridge, Keystone, Steamboat Springs. A lot of these places bring in a lot of tourists for winter sports every year. They're very well known. However, that means they're very busy. Longer lift lines, more people clogging up the slopes. So if you're interested in finding a few places that don't have as many people so you can maximize the time you spend on the slopes, I have a few places you should check out. First, some honorable mentions. Located in northern New Mexico, southern San Luis Valley region is both Red River and Taos. Both of those are great places to go skiing. So if you're more into the southwestern feel and flavor of everything, check out Taos and Red River. And you can also stay down there in Taos if you don't want to do the 2-hour drive from Alamosa, Colorado. There are a few slopes located within no more than an hour-and-a-half drive from Alamosa, Colorado. So let's check out a few of them. Located just over the east end of the San Luis Valley, right on the eastern plain side of La Veta Pass, is Cuchara, next to the town of La Veta. Now, Cuchara closed down in the early 2000s, but through extensive volunteer efforts and fundraising, was reopened again in the late 2010s. And it has one of the more interesting ways to get up the top of the mountain. Cuchara's main lift is still not operational. It's having to be revamped and rebuilt to meet modern-day specifications. But that doesn't mean you have to hike to the top of the mountain. You get to take the snow bus, a snowcat that hauls a seated sled to get you to the top. One of my favorite areas to go to for skiing in southern Colorado is Monarch. Monarch is located just a little bit over an hour away from Alamosa, Colorado, right over Poncha Pass, near Salida as well. So if you're looking for a cool little area to go to where you can ski and snowboard down both sides of the Continental Divide, check out Monarch. Monarch is just over an hour away from Alamosa, Colorado, and only 20 miles away from Salida. So if you want to stay in that more Colorado mountain town aesthetic, then check out Salida. Now, if you're not interested in driving around in at times heavy winter conditions, then stay in Alamosa. Both places offer restaurants and amenities to check out when you're not on the slopes. Last, but certainly not least, is a place for all of you powder hogs out there. Those of you that like skiing and snowboarding, that fresh powder all the time, that feeling of just snowed. Well, if that's you, you got to check out Wolf Creek. Sitting just shy of the Wolf Creek Pass summit is the Wolf Creek Ski Resort. There is no list about Colorado skiing that is not complete without talking about Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek gets, on average, 400 inches of snow per year, making it the ski resort with the most snow per year in Colorado. At times, it really does feel like it never stops snowing on Wolf Creek Pass. So that makes Wolf Creek Ski Resort one of the areas you can go to where it always feels like there's fresh powder on every run without them having to use artificial snow machines to make it. One of the best parts of the Wolf Creek Ski Resort is the fact that it is sandwiched in between South Fork and Pagosa Springs, Colorado. If you're looking to kind of get that Colorado mountain feel to your vacation, then stay in South Fork. South Fork has an abundance of cabins that can be rented out, so you can kind of get that log cabin up in the mountains vibe. If you're looking to warm up after a cold day on the top of the mountain, then check out Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Pagosa Springs is known for having an abundance of naturally hot mineral water springs with several resorts that you can stay at to get access to those springs late into the evening to help get the chill out of your bones after a long day on the slopes. Now, the one thing with Wolf Creek, though, is I gotta warn you about Wolf Creek Pass. The east side of the pass, the South Fork side, is a lot easier to drive up in winter than, say, the west side, the Pagosa Springs side. That side is a lot steeper with a lot of hairpin turns, and if you're not into some heavy winter driving, you may want to stay in South Fork, just a heads up. Now, all these locations do have access to equipment rentals if you don't have your own, but it's very possible you may find better deals in the towns in the San Luis Valley or in the areas just before these resorts. Also, Same goes for the lift tickets. If you haven't bought your lift ticket online before you come, check out some of the local rental shops to see if they have a better deal for you. Now, all the areas around here, no matter which one you choose to go to, do get a fair bit of snow. So if you're not used to winter driving, please stay safe and drive carefully.